comma. Welcome drama with open arms. Coke boy, peep the lineup. I'm talking tango and cash. Hit the bank, no mask. Out the freezer, cold cash. Put Grammy winners in cabs. Never happened twice. Gotta take a chance. Never end, never start. Got cars that never start. No plan B, can't sleep. My mind racing. Brown paper, put it underground. Build the foundation.
All right. LDBC, this is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show live. Okay, guys, Randa Markos, she not letting this go. Okay, Randa Markos is not letting go. And Randa was like, look, I'm finna go ahead and file this appeal, okay? Now, I disagree with Randa because they're not gonna change this, okay? I don't care what Randa do. They're not gonna change a close decision. I don't think they've ever done that. They're not gonna do it. If it was like a decision where you had all three of the judges, saying she lost all 3 rounds, then yeah, I'd be like, Randa, yep, you got a point. Let's do this, okay? But it's going to be a waste of time, money, and resources for her to file an appeal. That's not going to work, okay? And Randa, if you hear this video, you need to come on up off that. Now, here's something that I will stand up for Randa Markos right now. I want y'all to see this, man. Now, let me tell you, man, this right here is a load of bull, okay? It's a load of bull. And I don't care how you slice it and dice it. I don't care if you are a fan of Randa Markos or if you're not. I'm a fan. I actually like Randa Markos. I'm a huge fan. Can y'all look at how this girl has been dropped down 5 spaces? Let me tell you now, I've always told y'all, the UFC, they got an age bias. And these girls that's over 30 years old, see, they try to use them as gatekeepers. But see, let me tell you what happened with the UFC. They don't really think that these gatekeepers are going to come out there firing on all cylinders. So these gatekeepers, they try to put these young girls who marketable. They try to do that. They try to put them in there with these gatekeepers. And these gatekeepers end up getting in there and whooping their ass, okay? For example, Marion Renaud, okay? Marion Renaud is a huge example. It's like they try to use Marion Renaud as a gatekeeper, and then Marion going in and end up, beating their ass. That's just how it is, okay? And the UFC, they done this they do this all the time. But the fighters, the 30-something-year-old fighters in the UFC, they're tough. And they don't go down quickly. They're from a different breed. These girls, they're used to fighting, man. They're used to fighting. They're used to fighting often. They're used to being in difficult fights. They're used to being in all kind of fights. So with them, it's not a big deal for them to step up and get into a fight with a young, hungry lion. And, Alexa Grasso, she went in. She fought a tough fight, too. See, this fight was so good that people actually talking about they want to see a rematch. I would want to see a rematch between these two. Because I was telling people, look, I don't know. Don't underestimate Randa Markos. Do not do it. I said, I think Grasso going to win. I predicted Grasso to win, but I said, don't underestimate Randa Markos, okay? Because I told y'all the style that Randa uses, it is really a hard style to fight. It's very hard because, one, she's doing cap, and I can't never pronounce it, capoeira. I don't want to make myself like a fool. I'm going to just call it cap. She uses a cap, and that cap is rhythmic. So you got these fighters who are orthodox. It's very hard for these orthodox fighters to land their punches on a person doing that cap. It is. Unless they stop dancing and they start engaging you. That's the only way that you can really get a beat on them. And it works for Randa. And I love it because Randa does it beautifully. But if I'm Randa, I'm pissed off. Like, how the hell do I go down 5 spaces after losing to a very tough opponent? And then I never understood when Alexa lost to Felice Herrig. They immediately took Alexa Grasso out of the top 15. Immediately. But I knew Alexa is better than what they was. I mean, it's come on. Alexa Grasso is better than Courtney Casey. She's better than Moros. I mean, she's better than those two. But let me tell you what sucks. I want y'all to look at this, okay? Look at Paige Van Zandt. What'd I tell y'all? They moved Paige Van Zandt up 2 spaces because Randa Markos lost. Are you serious? Like, man, it's the foolery, man. The foolery that the UFC is about, man. The UFC is garbage, man. And I can understand why some of these fighters, they leave and go to Bellator. I see why. Because really and truly, if you're not somebody that they feel is going to do what they need, or if they feel like you're nobody, then they treat you like nobody and they get you the hell out of Dodge. That's what they do. And guys, we can see what they're trying to do to Randa Markos. We can see what they're trying to do, man. Come on. This don't even make sense. You move Paige Van Zandt up, okay? Now, you can say, well, yeah, Randa lost, she's 2 in her last 3. I mean, she's 2 in her last 5. Okay? That's what you can say. You can say that, but let's look at who she fought. See, you have to really start looking, okay? She's 2 in her last 5, but man, she fought Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Fought her, man. That's a tough fight. I don't care who Karolina Kowalkiewicz get in there with. When the fight, for as long as the fight lasts, Karolina Kowalkiewicz gonna give you hell in that octagon. Okay, Jocelyn Jones, I don't think she was that tough. That's probably the only tough person. The only person on her last 5 fights that I felt like wasn't a tough fight. Okay, Courtney Casey is a tough fight for anybody. Courtney Casey is tough. And Courtney Casey is hard to submit. She hard to finish, okay? All right, Carla Esparza is tough, and that's a quality win. And then she got to fight Alexa Grasso. So you think 4 of those 5 fights are tough fights. They tough. Okay, and she coming in there banging with them. And it's not like Randa Markos is getting blowed out in these fights, man. See, people say, well, the UFC don't vote on these. Y'all stop it. Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. You can say that people, it's media that do this. Stop. Because either the media don't know anything about fighting, or the media, they just stupid. Okay, no media moves Randa Markos down 5 spots. She was ranked number 9. I figured, okay, maybe she'll go down to number 11. Maybe. Okay, maybe she goes down to number 11. But going down 5 spots, that don't make sense. And then, you know what? They moved Paige Van Zandt up 2 spots. And y'all, let's look at who the hell is Paige Van Zandt fought? Let's look at, here's Paige Van Zandt right here. Okay, she beat Felice Herrig. That's a quality win. I give her that one. Alex Chambers. No, come on, stop it. She lost to Rose Namajunas. She won against Beck Rawlins. Stop. Not a quality win. And she lost to Watterson. I'm sorry. Randa Markos, the opposition quality to me is much more tougher than a Paige Van Zandt. But guess what? Guess who get it? Paige Van Zandt. Because that's the UFC's little sex object. That's what they want to do. They want to promote that, man. And they've been trying to find a way to get Paige Van Zandt in the top 10, and dang it, they did it. See, fighters like Felice Herrig, fighters like Randa Markos, okay? I mean, those fighters pretty much, man, they're expendable. Okay, they're expendable. And you might as well forget about fighters like Caitlin Vieira and Danielle Taylor. You might as well forget about them cracking the top 10. And if Alexa Grasso, I'm be honest, if she win her next fight, she still probably won't crack the top 10. Probably won't. Or if they do, she'll probably, if Alexa Grasso win again, they're gonna move Paige Van up. They're gonna move Paige Van Zandt up even further. That's what they're gonna do, man. I mean, it's all, man, these rankings are not voted on by media members. It's not. People, come on, let's stop being stupid. We know that they position these fights, so they can make the most money. We know this, okay? We know. And I wouldn't doubt, okay? They're not going to pair Paige Van Zandt and Felice Herrig again. But guess who I think that Paige Van Zandt might fight, okay? If she don't fight Cynthia Calvillo, then Paige Van Zandt may get a crack at Alexa Grasso. I don't know. Or Paige Van Zandt, you know what they might do? They might go for a money fight. It could be Paige Van Zandt versus Carla Esparza. See, they can mix and match this any way to do it. But Paige Van Zandt ain't done that, man. To me, in my opinion, the strength of her opposition, she don't deserve to move up 2 spaces. And then Randa Markos dropped 5. Guys, that's a clear bias. You guys tell me what you think. This is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison. I'm done. What are you guys waiting on? Subscribe to the best women's MMA platform on YouTube.